welcome to the third, fourth, technically third, also technically second because the first two episodes didn't record. Episode of Welcome to Star Wars. We're doing Star Warsy things today. Yay, wars, stars.
Actually, no.
Looks like Kinzuko's just joined us as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
Help move from major scene.
That's cool. Right, so let's just quickly rattle through the cast and see who we have as today. Going along the bottom of Roll20, we have Jack playing Zodal.
Zochar?
I don't care.
I'm not a lentil dish.
Fair enough. So, playing Zochar. Next to him, we have the other Jedi, Yakeshi.
E.
Yep. Next to him, we have the almost comically named droid, ACM3, played by Adam.
That is just comical.
It's just comical, yeah. Adjacent to him along the bottom, we have Bokrav, the werewolf sniper, played by Rakor.
Hello.
Next to him, we have the General Grievous ripoff, Sizath, whose name I can finally pronounce on command,
General Sean!
played by Ronan. Ronan
Hello
with
there.
COVID. And
Oh man.
Nux, the Tiefling Rogue. Sorry, no, the Deveronian scoundrel. Sorry, my mistake. Those are totally different things. So, since many of these people are meeting for the first time, I'll give a quick 100 words or less recap for each of the sessions that they were in, unless anybody wants to volunteer to do their own.
Oh, I like watching you suffer.
Well, that's fair.
I think we all do.
Okay.
I like watching the suffering of others.
So, let's start with... I've just deafened myself again. Right, let's start with the adventures on the Bountiful Harvest. So, Sizath and Bokrov, you know each other from your voyage from Telos to the world of Ardent. On Telos, you encountered a charming individual by the name of Captain Ando, Miri Allen captain and transporter, the captain of the bulk hauler, the Bountiful Harvest. This is his face. He's very handsome. In exchange for box lifting duties and, I guess just being nice, he gave you transport from the world of Telos to in the direction of the colony that you'd heard of. On the way, you had some conversations with a couple of possible Imperials who aren't currently here, looking at you, Connor. And realised that Captain Ando was in fact shipping people, not slaves, like some of you might have originally suspected. These were closer to refugees who were travelling with Ando through the hope of finding a better, if not necessarily easier life on the colony that you yourself were heading to. Yes. On the way, when you were making one of your stop-offs in the system of Ventooine, you encountered an unexpected Imperial patrol, comprising of an Imperial Star Destroyer and a couple of Arc-10 cruisers. In an attempt to prevent your ship being boarded and searched by the Imperials, first Connor sent over some codes, and then the Chiss sent over some codes, the Chiss being played by Owen, who's also not currently here. Neither of which apparently worked because the ship was still boarded, and as soon as stormtroopers boarded, they immediately, or at least almost immediately, tried to arrest at least Connor.
So we had to resort to the supreme authority from which all other authorities are derived.
Money.
Violence.
Oh, yeah, violence. So, you repelled the boarders, some in a firefight, some by sealing them in the engine room and ridding them of oxygen, and then you counterboarded the Arc-10 cruiser which had been latched onto the side of the Bountiful Harvest. At that point, you dealt a split. Two of you went to engineering and killed everyone there and set the reactor to overload. And two of you went to the bridge and then performed war crimes. That was a thing.
They're not war crimes if no one finds out.
That's true. So, you then steered you then programmed the Arc-10 to essentially attempt to ram the bridge of the Imperial Star Destroyer while also setting the engines to overload and explode. The Imperial Star Destroyer was somewhat distracted by the approaching fireball to actually give chase to the Bountiful Harvest, as you fled from the system, finally arriving at the world of Ardent. That's where you guys left off. A couple of days later, in my time, we then had the adventures of Zoe, ACM3, and Nux on the world of Cernpedal. You were there following the whispered directions to one Professor Elias Withers, who is a charming, if somewhat enigmatic individual with a hatred for this particular book, apparently. Anyway, so you were waiting in a cantina, basically waiting for the professor to arrive and get some fresh supplies from a merchant that he'd made contact with, when one of his research assistants rocked up and said that their research site had been taken over by pirates. So some of you somewhat reluctantly agreed to go and attempt to rid the research site of the pirate menace. In one form or another.
We totally achieved that goal as well, guys.
Yeah. Anyway, so you borrowed a speeder from the merchant and the research assistant, and you went topside, leaving the tunnel cities of Cernpedal to travel across the kind of wind, dust-strewn wastes of the surface, and found an ancient kind of manor house perched on the edge of a large cliff face. A couple of you, who are currently not present, strode brazenly through the opening into the interior courtyard of the manor house and opened up negotiations with the pirates, essentially saying that all you wanted to do was get in and have a conversation with the professor, at which point you would leave the professor and the valuables to the pirates. It took a little while and a little bit of convincing, but the pirates were essentially swayed over to your line of argument. You were permitted entry to the premises and allowed to look around the 3 chambers that they had so far unlocked, while they were looking for some kind of passage into the lower levels that they were aware were there, they just didn't know how to get in. In the process of doing so, you found some ancient alien script that none of you could read, written in what looked like dried blood on the far wall of what resembled some kind of training dojo. So after a little bit of digging around in the adjacent library or personal museum or whatever that side room comprised of, you found some of Professor Withers' writing and some of his workings out, and you saw that he developed a cipher of sorts for this ancient language. Using the cipher on the written text in the back wall, you pulled out some keywords, which you then used to essentially input into some lines of text in the main control computer for the manor, which was being used as an office of sorts by the captain. With the password essentially being completed, some strange kind of old mantra that none of you are incredibly familiar with, in character at least, a hidden passage in the museum section was opened up, revealing a flight of stairs going down. You descended the stairs, and with a couple of pirates with you, you found a dark chamber with a long, thin bridge broken in the middle. Most of you managed to, with the assistance of ACM3 and a magnetic grappling hook, shimmy in one form or another across the gap. One pirate fell and died. People were sad.
Were they?
Not really.
No, no.
While stood in this room, those of you inclined or attuned to the ebb and flow of the Force started to feel an aura or a presence of some sort permeating the room itself, but also kind of off to the side that you chose not to investigate. You then progressed into the following chamber and found a chamber lined with statues. When you went through the same mechanics that you had to open the previous door, that door then closed, and the far one did not open. Instead, 6 ancient-looking, almost entirely made of rust, droids emerged from the interior of these statues, which appeared to be little more than well-disguised plaster by this point. And a very brief, very, very brief firefight broke out. At their dispatching, the far wall, or the far door, did eventually open, at which point you received communication directly from Professor Withers, who was, at this time, aboard his starship, on the landing bay, on the far side of this door, warning you not to exit because there was a colossal ancient droid there that was threatening to blow anybody up who came outside. So you immediately went outside and had another gunfight. The droid was difficult, but you managed to bring it low enough to the point that it decided, do you know what, fuck this, I'm going to just blow myself up instead. So, enacting its self-destruct protocols, it almost took a couple of you with it, but you all lived in one form or another, slightly singed. Two of you now convinced that you're actually a Jedi, despite the fact the Jedi in the group knowing that you're definitely not. Nux being one of these proto Jedi. And Professor Withers whisked you away from Cernpedal, away from the possible historical significance of this manor house, and towards the planet of Ardent, at which you arrived. So we find ourselves probably a day or two after the arrival of both of these parties. Some slightly more haggard and beaten up than others. But you awake on a mid-morning on the planet. Hang on, I will just drag you over to the map of the world itself, in case you're curious. So, you find yourselves in the colony of Ardent itself. The colony is relatively small at this point, but you find yourselves inside the dormitory structure, essentially. Hab Block 1A. This is essentially a repurposed crew quarters from the colony ship that brought the original wave of people here. It's large enough to fit about 50 people, and including the people brought over on the Bountiful Harvest and yourselves, including all the players who are currently not here. It's about half to 2/3 occupied. Does anybody want to do anything as you kind of rouse from your slumber?
Give thanks to the Kelly for this bountiful day.
Okay. Give me just a flat charisma check.
Boy.
First roll.
Oh, 7. Holy shit, I rolled 17.
Nice. Okay. You get the impression that they're not ashamed of you yet. There's still time. The day is young.
There is.
Yes, Yukeshi. You are also no, not yet. Actually, I'll get to you. So, anything you guys wanna do apart from pray to the Kali?
Just sort of prep for the day, really. Try find some food.
Okay. Yeah, there are a couple of members of the colony kind of walking around with kind of what look like airtight containers, dishing out what kind of look like, not like rations exactly, but like long life food packets and stuff. It's enough to keep you going, and it's not disgusting by any means. It's just kind of very basic nutrition and basically what you need to keep yourself healthy and strong.
Cool.
Right.
Anybody else?
I don't believe I have anything that can like look at the Was there like a I don't know. I remember it's from Starfinder. Infospheres, or is there a local intranet?
Are you asking if you can get on the HoloNet?
Yes, that's the word.
That is
I don't
the
know
word.
if I have a term. So.
Well, you kind of ask around to see if there's access or if there's a terminal or something you can use. And one of the people you speak to says they don't actually have HoloNet access yet. They haven't got a receiver.
Okay. That is fortunate.
This colony is perhaps the very definition of bare bones.
Then the
Have a
next question.
cantina at least.
Sorry, say again? Nux?
Have a cantina at least.
They don't have a cantina.
What are we here
My
for?
God.
I suppose the next question is, where do I go for work?
Well, if you ask that question, they direct you to go and talk to the administrator.
Time to go to the administrator.
Okay.
Would we have been like somewhat introduced as a group?
You've had a very, very brief just kind of rundown of the premises, which consists of, at this point, 4 buildings. But you weren't introduced to the administrator at that time. You arrived kind of towards, like...
Oh, I meant to like each other. Sorry, not necessarily the administrator.
Not necessarily. You're vaguely aware of all of everyone who's here, but you've not necessarily had, "Hi, my name is Zoe. I'm a Jedi."
Yeah.
You've not done the 2 truths and a lie yet.
No. I mean, just kind of quickly coming from that, I would like to just take a bit of time after the kind of very dodgy experience we had on Sempidel just to sense the force,
Go for it.
just to see if there's any disturbances. I don't actually think I need to roll for this one. It's just you automatically sense disturbances.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of, I think within 1 kilometer.
Force disturbances within a kilometer.
Yeah, just if anything's dark, or a location at least that's strong in the dark side.
Okay. And you don't need a roll for that.
No.
Right. Okay. No. You don't.
Okay.
You don't get anything.
Feel a little bit more relaxed then about the general location.
Okay.
Sean, can I ask,
You can ask.
what was the fate of our prisoners?
You brought prisoners with you, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. An Imperial officer and a Stormtrooper.
That's right. We did take prisoners.
I'm gonna say, for the sake of convenience, they are currently held in the dorm section. They've been stripped. Well, not like stripped. They've had their armor and their weapons and anything they could use for hostile intent taken from them. They are not bound or restrained or anything, but they've been told don't leave the dormitory without an escort, essentially. So they're just quietly sat in the corner, just trying to mind their own business.
Okay, that's fine. I will let them stew.
Okay.
Could I do a check around the area to see if there's any like animals or anything that seem to be either a size that could be hunted or that could be a threat?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Give me a perception check. Jesus.
Good lord.
Okay. What is the range on your extended sensors?
2 kilometers.
2 kilometers. Okay. So you do a quick kind of loop around the exterior of the colony. It doesn't take you very long. Like I said, there are only about 4 structures here. And you kind of cast out your sensor net. And within probably about the first kind of kilometer and a half, you can see that any wildlife is, for the most part, kind of been scared off by the arrival and the development of this colony. Planetarily speaking, it's a very recent arrival, so anything that would have been present in the area has, for the most part, kind of been scared off. But towards the edges of your kind of 2 kilometer range, you do start to pick up life signs. Apart from that, you can't really see anything. But what does your extended sensor net give you access to in terms of sensors?
It just basically lets us like detect things. It doesn't give anything in particular. So I was just looking for like larger, like like boar or larger life forms.
Well, you do pick up life forms, but at this distance, you can't really make out any kind of size or something like that.
It's fine. I'll just try and like remember roughly where they are, so if I get a map, I can mark them down and.
Well, it's kind of convenient that you do actually have a map right now.
Like, do we each as a character have a map?
I meant
I know we've got a map in front of us, but
you probably have. You've not seen it yet, but you've been told that there's like a hollow projection of the nearby area held within the administration center.
right.
So you can get a
I'll
rough idea.
download a copy when I'm there.
Cool. Basically, input your sensor logs into their system. Okay, cool. Anybody else got anything else?
Unless you want to do the administrator thing now, or you want to wait for other people.
We'll hold off on that for now.
Finding the
Yeah, I
closest
was
thing
looking
they have.
to follow Zazath.
Sorry, we'll start with you, Backrov.
I was just gonna follow Zazath to the administrator's office.
Alright, cool. And Nook, so you're looking for the closest thing to a cantina.
Yeah.
Okay. The closest thing to a cantina is probably the hab block that you've been staying in. You give me a persuasion check. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, go on. Fair enough. It takes you a little bit of asking around, but after a kind of stay, because people don't immediately trust you straight away because you look like Satan.
That's profiling.
But after getting to know you and after kind of getting a bit of your story, hearing that you flew for the rebellion and kind of
I got my jacket on with like Rebel Alliance patches on it.
yeah. So I mean, initially people think you stole it, but after you actually explain that you actually joined the rebellion and that you fought in the rebellion and stuff, people kind of give you a bit of a not a begrudging respect, but it's a bit like, oh, he's actually not a terrible person just because he's red and got horns. Turns out, racism is bad. Who knew? A couple of the older looking gentlemen who are kind of staying in the hab block, who look like they maybe can't get out and work as much as they used to because they're a little bit more advanced in age. By the end of the second night, they pull out a little decanter with a little bit of something in it, and they kind of start sharing that with you. So you've got a little supply. We'll maybe see you through a night or two if you're careful with it.
Is it like ship fuel?
It's not ship fuel. Ship fuel is too valuable. It's definitely a case of this was their private stock that they brought with them.
Okay.
So it's probably the equivalent. It's like it's their little hit flask of Jim Beam essentially.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Except because it's Star Wars, it's blue. They call it Blue Beam.
Vaguely milky.
I think I'd probably like chill with them whenever I got the chance because they're like happy to hand out alcohol on that.
Yeah, fair enough. Cool. Anybody else for anything else? No, I think
I probably would have
I think
spotted the two guys going up to the administrator and just started following them.
Okay.
They look like rough and tumble types, so
Oh,
probably
you
work.
want- Do you want descriptions for us?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually, go on.
Oh, Sazath is a rather tall individual at 6'2", around 187 centimeters. The most obvious feature about the obvious Kalish is the white mask adorning his face, highlighted by the yellow-stained reptilian eyes. Red markings that only remind the more civilized races as blood emboss the mask in some tribal fashion. His all-climate cloak is beaten and marred with use. His original white, mottled to a dull grey with torn ends. 2 tribal spears are in an X on his back, a quarterstaff in the middle, and a circa adventurer slinged over his left shoulder, which is a slug thrower, by the way. A bandolier under the cloak is stocked with ammo and knives. Skin is a reddish-brown, like the sands of Geonosis, and a pair of tusks jut out from his chin, with 2 pointed, large ears above that.
And Bokrov?
Bokrov is just a 6'2" werewolf-looking scary motherfucker. Considering that he's got long ass fucking talons and claws and shit and he's just the fur is kind of like a brownish, kind of gray, maybe more a little bit towards the gray side. But yeah, alpine fucking eyes. He's got just a sporting rifle, just carrying around on his back with just a small little backpack full of shit with just some light clothing. That's about it.
Okay. Anybody else want to do introductions and descriptions, considering a lot of you are meeting for the first time?
Yeah, sure. I am a sort of average height Keldor individual with the large breathing mask and eye coverings. Kind of wearing just very basic, kind of almost like workman's clothes, but with a kind of just standard long cloak and hood over the top of them to keep most of the weather off. I've got kind of like reddy orange skin, closer to orange, and I appear unarmed.
All right, and you're following us to the administration building.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'd have acknowledged you, just like.
okay, right. So
Con-
it's not-
considering you've all been staying in the same building and there's not really a lot of other stuff going on at the colony, at least over the last couple of days when you've been here, you have all at least noticed one another. You may not have introduced each other, but considering you have a tendency to stand out compared to the other settlers, you've all at least had a chance to clock one another.
we're anime main characters compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess.
there we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I guess I'll probably, if everyone's going up and going to the administrator, I guess no follow. So I'll tell you, he's a Deveronian, for like I don't know, like 6 foot, like red, orangey red skin and horns. He wears a leather, kind of worn leather pilot jacket, like at all times, with a few different patches on it. There's like quite clearly the Rebel Alliance patch, and then another one for like his squadron. But there's a few others that he probably like sewed on himself. A pair of goggles around his neck most of the time. I think he's got a blaster at his hip, probably because I only bought one holster and I've ended up with more guns than that. So it's visibly armed now.
Fair enough. Okay. ACM3, while we're at it, do you want to...
Yeah, ACM3 is a fairly large looking heavy armored droid, or it looks like it would have been heavy armored, but it's not looking in the best of shape. Bit of rust here and there. Its left arm itself actually being completely replaced by a fairly scrap job claw rather than the hand that it has on its right hand. And pretty much you can see it's like armed with a slug thrower rifle. It doesn't really hide anything that it's got. It is a droid for all intents and purposes.
If you needed a description, droid would be an appropriate one. Okay. As those of you who are heading towards the administrator building kind of step out of your the hab block, you see a woman, actually fairly young, probably like mid to late 20s. Hang on, I've got a picture of her to show you. Mid to late 20s. Can I show this to people?
Can you?
Let me have a look. You should be able to. Hang on, let me try again. Bear with me a sec. So, hopefully you can see it, because I currently can't.
Yeah, it's here.
Yeah,
Hold up.
it's not Holdo. You haven't been introduced to her as of yet, but you know that this is Administrator Atesh. You can see her currently stood outside of the administration building, next to the Mirialan Captain Ando, who looks like this, except he's green, not black and white.
Ando, nice.
You can see those two having a conversation, but they look perhaps stressed more than perhaps angry or annoyed, but you can see that they're definitely having a energetic conversation. And as you approach, you actually hear the sound of ship engines. You kind of look around quickly before you notice an Imperial Lambda shuttle coming out of the sky.
Oh.
Trouble. And I pull out my Circa Adventurer.
Yeah, Ando and Atesh have... Because you have a tendency to stand out... There you go, it's the Imperial alarm.
No.
Because you have a tendency to stand out, they've noticed you kind of exit the dorm structure, and they kind of wave you over and they say, "Don't worry about it, just some late arrivals." And you all kind of gather and you watch as the shuttle kind of parks down, sat quite comfortably on the firm but forgiving land of the Ardent Plains, as they've been dubbed by the locals. As you see the embarkation ramp descend, and a thick musk of lived-in air comes out. As you see 3 figures descend. 2 humans, and Yakeshi. How would you describe yourself?
He's a 3'8" Amaran with a reddish fur.
Wait.
He's got... Yeah. Yep. He's got a he's got a black he's got a what kind of blaster is it? He's got a quick 6 sporting blaster on his hip, and
What the clothes
Wearing
he's
a-
wearing? The ones in the picture.
he's wearing an overcoat and obviously pants.
Clearly. Is he wearing shoes?
Yeah. Do they wear shoes? No, they don't wear shoes.
He's got like fox feet.
Yeah.
Oh lord.
So you see Yakeshi, the 3'8" Foxman, descend the ramp from the shuttle with 2 humans, both just
We
wearing.
also have a prisoner. We also have a prisoner.
No, the prisoner got left behind. If you mean the pilot, I left him at the bottom of the ramp.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
He was alive. He was alive, but I didn't bring him with me.
Okay.
Yeah, descending with the fox, an Amaran.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see 2 humans. One wearing I think he said he was wearing like a fairly standard kind of roby-looking kind of overalls kind of thing, and one wearing fairly well-worn, kind of tattered and slightly carbon-scored kind of leather fur-lined jacket and pants, kind of big boots. Hunting blaster pistol in a holster to his side, carrying a Stormtrooper's E11 blaster rifle by the barrel, kind of just before the trigger guard in one hand, walking down the ramp. You get the impression that these 3 individuals are a little bit sick of each other. You kind of overlisten to their conversation, and Tesh tells you that these 3 arrivals have just travelled all the way from Deveron and have spent an entire week stuck in that shuttle with no one but themselves.
Oh.
They immediately split off in 3 separate directions.
Yep.
I can smell them here.
Everyone can. There is a very basic refresher in the shuttle, but there's not a shower. So, for the sake of argument, Yakeshi, you kind of come over and you say, you give introductions to Atesh, and you are introduced to the rest of the group. Atesh and Ando kind of give you a very kind of curt, well, welcome to the colony, we'll get you properly settled in slightly later on. But we have a bit of a situation we need to deal with.
What situation is that?
That could use mercenaries.
Well, in one form or another, I can't pay you for it, but we've got some people missing.
Let's hear it.
Well, we've got some people missing. Were you asking for more specifics?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
sort of face palms for a second there. Yes.
Yeah. Ando just kind of grins as he's clearly more used to Atesh's very kind of like gruff demeanor, I suppose. She waves you inside administration, and you can see a kind of a holo map of the local area around the colony itself. And she kind of presses a few controls, and you can see it kind of zooms out to reveal this kind of area. There's a hilly, slightly wooded, forested area to the west of the colony. She kind of turns to the assembled group and says, We sent a survey team out there yesterday, just to kind of check the area for resources or if there's anything valuable in the area that we can use, huntable animals, see how fertile the soil is, that kind of thing, see if there's anything there we can use long term. And we haven't heard from them in 8 hours. They were supposed to check in an hour ago. So
Good about animals.
we don't know. It's possible. The area has not been very well surveyed at this point. We have very limited range scanners at this point. And the closer towards the mountains you get, there's some kind of weather interference that's kind of stopping us from getting any detailed scans from what's left of the ship scanners that we've integrated into the colony itself. Our effective scanning range is limited to approximately 5 kilometers outside of the colony itself, so we're a bit scuppered. I would send other people to investigate, but to be honest, they are primarily manual laborers and farmers. You guys have the most applicable experience, she says, looking at the fact that you carry weapons. So, if you don't mind, and if you've got nothing better to do, she says, looking out the window to the empty red plains surrounding the colony, I would like it if you could maybe go and see if you could find them.
Appreciate a chance to get out of this place, get back into my environment.
Yeah.
So yes, I will take this job. Standard search and rescue, correct?
Yeah, more or less.
I shall lead a team.
I've got nothing else on.
Does this the area I spotted earlier, or is a different area?
This is outside of your scanner range.
Right.
Where they are, Sean?
Say again.
Or where
Brian?
they're supposed to be?
Yeah, I'll put a marker down.
Okay, thank you.
What is the hex scale on the map?
A hex is 10 miles.
Okay, cool.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a big continent. Well, it's a big series. Like, can you qualify that as a continent? It's a huge fucking island, at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
With your permission, may I download a copy of said?
I
line?
will. Oh, do you mean in game or out of game?
In game, can I download it to my?
Oh yeah. She's fine with it. She says, "Yeah, go ahead."
I'll download it, and at the same time, I'll like ping the things that I found, and just basically mark them as like ugh.
Possible livestock or huntable animals.
Yeah.
Just for reference, by the way, this
Mhm.
this island is 450 miles long from top to bottom. The entirety of England England and Scotland together is about 600. So this is just slightly smaller than England and Scotland.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
fair
okay.
enough. That's round about what I was hoping for.
That's a nice size.
Yeah. So if you check the map, you should be able to see the missing survey team location.
Yes.
She kind of turns to you and says, "Right, so we haven't got a speeder. Well, we do, but the issue is the survey team have it. So,
I can meet them on the course.
I was the ranger back on Kelly.
I mean, yes, but
I was the hunter.
we've also got we need to get you there, and thankfully, now we've got a shuttle.
It smells like.
Leave the window open.
There are no windows on that thing.
Make one. Fly with the ramp down.
Back down.
The Imperial pilot did it. Yeah. So she says, if one of you can fly, at least. If not, we can perhaps. She looks at Ando kind of aggressively. Persuade the captain to shepherd you over.
Happily take the shuttle.
Fair enough. If you can leave as soon as possible, that would be appreciated.
I am ready to leave now.
I just start walking towards the shuttle.
Yeah, I'll start walking toward it as well.
Cool. Anybody want to do anything before you head over?
I don't think I have anything that I could do.
It's fair enough. There's not a great deal of anything else here either, to be fair.
Yeah, I've got no credits
Go.
to buy anything. I've got no other things.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so you all head towards, unless anybody doesn't want to go. Cool, so you all head towards the shuttle. Yakeshi, as you approach the shuttle, you get this impending sense of dread of, oh god, no, not again!
That's what.
I don't want, you can't make, I'll hang on to the hull. Don't make me go in there. But, yeah, you are, I'm going to say for the sake of argument, you, under slight duress, you board the shuttle and everyone else piles in. The odour has somewhat dissipated with the ramp being closed. The air recyclers have kind of taken in some of the actual atmosphere air. They haven't just been recycling for a week. And the interior of the shuttle smells noticeably better than it did an hour ago, Yakeshi, let's put it that way. Also, you just enjoy the change of scenery, the scenery being the new passengers. So, Nux, you clamber up to the cockpit, and it's a standard Imperial Lambda shuttle. You've stolen and flown these.
I've definitely stolen a few of these.
Yeah, God knows how many times in the rebellion. So you're very familiar with how to get this thing kind of kicked up and going. So it just takes you a couple of minutes to get the engines primed and you get the ramp closed up. The shuttle lifts off and you fly off to the west. Considering that you can fly now, the travel over to the survey team's last known location, or as close as you can get with a shuttle, it only takes you like half an hour to fly the distance. So you touch down and the ramp kind of descends. You are kind of on the border of a heavily kind of forested area. You can see peaks and dips where kind of the natural hilly area of the terrain kind of is kind of taking over the landscape. And you can see off in the distance huge snow-capped mountains, which descend, and you can see thick kind of alpine forests surrounding them. You have a rough idea of where the survey team are supposed to be.
All right.
Close are we to where they're supposed
Just
to
leave
be?
it outside, mate. Just
I wish to see if I can find tracks.
okay. Give me a. Yeah, that's a check.
I rolled
You
a 19.
You rolled a 19. Yes, you are very easily able to find the tracks. You kind of walk into the forest section itself, and you very quickly pick up that there's usually quite a bit of kind of animal life in the area, but similar to close to the colony itself. The recent disturbance of new life and technology has kind of moved some of the native creatures somewhat further afield than they used to. But you fairly easily enough pick up humanoid tracks. And within about 10 minutes of leaving the shuttle and entering into the forested section itself, you come across what looks like a camp of some sort. Hastily kind of set up tents. There's usually about 3 of them, and look like each tent could hold 2 people. And the speeder.
Okay. So, we find where they were. Now, where are they?
Is the weather anomaly affecting my sensors?
Why don't you give me a perception check and I'll tell you. To an extent. With your 2-kilometer range, you can definitely pick up a number of life signs, but you're having a little bit of trouble differentiating what they are. But you do notice that there are a number of life signs just to the west of the camp where you are, which kind of read as somewhat anomalous compared to the rest of the ones in the area.
I'll refer this to everyone else.
Sounds like we're going that way.
Can I
Hold
use
on.
the force to sense what they are?
Say again?
If they relay that. Can I use the force to sense what they are if they relay that information to me?
Give me a use the force check. Jesus.
Oh, not 20. Jesus.
Right.
Nat 20. Okay, with Nat 20, you can tell that the ones that he is directing your attention towards are definitely sapient humanoid life forms. What you also get is that some of the life forms in this area have a somewhat darker aura to them to the rest of them.
Darksiders.
They don't feel... No, not the humanoids. Just some of the other quote-unquote lesser life forms have a kind of a dark tint to them.
Interesting.
Before we leave, let me check this area for signs of a struggle. They may have fought.
Yeah, I was going to look around the camp too, to see if there's anything out of place around the camp.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Anyone who wants to, give me a perception check.
Oh shit! I rolled a fucking
These rolls.
25.
I just want to point out, Yakeshi, Kinzuko, why could I not roll this well when we were playing?
Oh my god, these rolls.
I don't want to roll just in case it messes
Don't bother,
up
just
the
keep
good-
it
Yeah,
quiet.
no, we'll leave them good.
You know what's gonna happen now, though, right? There's no way this luck holds out.
Yeah, I hope you all get fucking murdered in combat.
We'll get in combat and miss everything.
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, you all have a quick look around, and you can very quickly pick out that there hasn't been any kind of a fight or a struggle in the camp itself. But you do notice that there are the set of humanoid tracks that kind of go off to the west, and slightly fresher than that are some kind of quadrupedal kind of pawed prints that kind of come in from the exterior of the camp and then kind of follow in that direction.
I think they were being hunted.
There's only one set of forms detected in that direction, yeah?
Say again?
there was only one batch of like life forms detected in that direction.
The life forms are kind of everywhere, all around you, within a 2 kilometer range. But there is only this one batch of anomalous ones to the west.
Right. So they just seemed a bit off. Was there any like in between us and them?
Some very, very minor ones. Small, like, squirrel-sized creatures.
Right. So they may have caught up to them, or one side is already dead.
Something like that, yeah.
We should move.
Agree.
I'm gonna take the front,
Okay.
and I'm gonna follow the tracks. If you want me to make a survival check, I shall.
I would like you to make a survival check, yes.
Okay. That is
Oh my
holy
god.
Fuck, that's a.
You have a +11.
Yes, I do, because I have training and skill focus, because I am a Kalish.
Bloody
I've got plus
hell.
12 in deception now.
I got +13 in perception.
Cool. So, yeah, you managed to follow the tracks with literally no problem whatsoever. You also narrowly managed to avoid walking the group through a very, very unpleasant kind of poison oak.
Excellent.
Space poison oak.
Space poison oak, yeah. Poison oak.
This is poison oak.
Yeah. So you kind of cut around that and you manage to pick up the tracks again. And before long, a thick fog starts to set in, kind of drifting between the trees itself. The tree cover starts to thicken, which is why you think the fog is still persisting. It hasn't just been burned off by the sun. It's cool here, but it's not cold. You're still comfortable. And those of you with fur start to feel a very light kind of misting of like kind of condensation covering your exposed fur. But before long, you find yourselves in a clearing of sorts. Well, not a clearing. You see some kind of rocky protrusions kind of stick up. Let me know if you can't see, because you might just need to. Well, can you control your character sheets? That's basically what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah.
Oh, it's animated.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I can. Yes, I can. I'm going to pull out my spear.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna pull out my lightsaber, but not ignite it.
Okay.
I'll pull out my sporting blaster.
Okay.
And my sporting blaster pistol is already out and set for stun.
Okay. Cool.
close to me.
So you have a look around and you're following the tracks, and you can see that they direct you towards essentially the center of this area.
All right.
It's at this point the group realizes that Sean didn't actually put any enemies in here. He just made a map just to freak them out.
Are we still in the fog?
Yes.
Yeah, you can kind of see the fog.
The animated
animation.
Yeah.
This is really
Um,
nice.
Is that possibly providing cover and concealment?
It's not that thick. It's a very light fog.
Okay, right.
Is that a ruin over there? Can I see the ruin over there?
Over here.
There's there as well.
That's one. Yeah. Okay.
And looks like there's some over here. They're actually at all four corners.
Following
So-
these tracks.
Set at the middle, Sean. You say.
Yeah.
Here, I guess.
Yeah, thereabouts. Yeah. Give me another survival check run.
Luck be my lady tonight.
This is where he rolls the nat one.
Oh, it's a 3. So I got a
Oh.
14.
Even with the 14, you can see that there was a lot of activity in and around this area. You can see areas of the ground that's been more heavily disturbed. You suspect by like shovels or spades or similar digging utensils, where they've been digging up like samples of the ground itself to see well, for whatever purpose they might have been doing so. So you can see a lot of foot traffic kind of in this area, and then you see that it moves off further to screen right.
Okay. There's been signs of digging here. The scouts were definitely here. This way, and he points towards the right of the map.
That's not good.
Please do
That
not do
sounds
that.
interesting.
Everyone give me a perception check.
Oh, I rolled a 3.
I rolled a 2.
Neither
There we
rolls
go.
get shit.
Yeah.
Okay. ACM 3, Bokrov. You definitely hear something. To be specific, Bokrov, you hear something coming from this direction and this direction. And ACM 3, you are picking up something in this direction.
Okay, well, I wouldn't doubt that the group heard me doing my growl, as I'm also raising my blaster in that direction that you pointed towards.
Okay.
I'm not you, Borkrev.
I'll aim my slug thrower towards the direction I'd got.
Okay. There is like a large kind of imagine like a 10-foot high rock protrusion kind of sticking out of the ground in that direction as well. So it's logical to assume that whatever you picked up is behind it. Bokrov, yeah, same with you. You can see the large kind of rocky sections here and here.
Okay.
Can I pick up like a stick that's on the floor or something
Oh my god.
and try and just hurl it over in sort of this direction?
Yeah, sure. You don't need a roll to throw a stick.
Thank you.
Bokrov, can you just do me a favor? Just give me a wisdom check.
A wisdom?
Or willpower, whatever it's called in this system.
No, it's actually wisdom.
Yeah, just give me a flat wisdom check. Okay.
20.
Yeah. You don't feel compelled to chase the stick.
God damn it, awful.
Nice.
My primal instincts aren't that bad.
Okay, so you
I'm
get
going to ask what you heard because you didn't communicate anything. You both just kind of tensed up and pulled up your guns. So, why is it?
See, here's the thing though. I can't really speak basic all that well. I only know partial. So I'll probably just say like, I just basically just say, hear something, and then that's about it.
Would I have
I'll probably just be creeping forward a little bit.
picked up the actual, like, although I heard it from the northeast, would I have picked up the actual signals on the scanner, the sensor?
I'm gonna say that your sensors are getting a lot of interference right now, so you're getting
Right.
very distorted readings.
Right, and I'm assuming what we heard was that wolf howl noise.
Yes, you all heard the canine howling sound.
Well, I can only assume it's whatever made that howling noise, and I don't think it was this flea bag over here.
Everyone, give me another perception check.
Just because of that. Just because of that, I'm just gonna turn towards them.
Oh, do you?
I got 23.
I got a 21.
32.
Wow.
26.
Okay. Right, let's have a look. Nux, you don't notice anything.
I'm in a spaceship, so
Yeah. Everybody else, you hear the very distinct sound of multiple sets of pawed feet moving. ACM3 and Yakeshi, you hear sound of something coming from this direction. Yakeshi and Bokrov, you notice sounds coming from over here and over here. Again, Sizath and Zoe,
I
you
can't see your pings.
can you not? I'm
Yeah.
drawing measurement lines. Can you not see them?
I'm not seeing them.
Nope.
Reading it in the
Stop
wrong
with
layer.
all the last ones, but not these ones.
Ah, okay.
Might be-
Yeah, so ACM3 and Yukeshi, you hear things coming from over here. Yukeshi and Bokrov, you hear something from over here. Bokrov and Sizath, you hear from here. Sizath and Zoe, you hear from here. ACM3, you also hear from over here. As...
Yeah, are those dark side things that I was sensing before?
Say again?
Or dark. Are those dark auras I was sensing before?
Do you want to do another use the force check?
Did you say this out loud before?
27.
No.
Okay.
Well, as you kind of reach out your feelings into the force, yes! Yes, they are.
Oh.
What the fuck?
We have contact.
Right, let's roll initiative.
Okay.
So, everyone,
The,
when you roll initiative, don't forget to have your token selected.
I didn't know my token selected.
I rolled a 14.
Yes, you did. Ignore the decimal, that's primarily just for tie breaks.
Ooh.
Yukeshi would just shout dark side.
I don't
beast."
think anything is gonna be topping the 30 that I just rolled.
Is everybody rolled?
Yep.
I didn't do decimal for some reason. Oh, well.
Did you
Therefore,
roll?
if you
Did you roll
have
the
a,
skill?
like the same.
Did you roll the initiative skill instead of the initiative from the top of the sheet?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I did.
That's why. Okay, so Bokrov, you are not caught unawares by the sound of these two large, almost lizard-like creatures advancing towards you in a kind of a hunched-over, pouncing stance.
Lizard doggos.
Hmm. Am I able? I can see them, right?
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, give me a persuasion check. I'm fucking with you. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna take aim at the. I'm gonna take aim at this one over here.
Okay,
And just blast them.
go for it.
There you are.
Oh, okay, yeah, you hit.
Sweet.
It's a nasty looking blow, and you can see a large kind of chunk of flesh has kind of been blown off from one of its flanks, and lots of blood. Oh, you're using a. Okay, so sorry, I forget you're not one with a slug thrower. You see a nasty kind of carbon score on its front flank, and you can see it's in a lot of pain, but it's still up.
All right.
Is the scale on this right? Yeah, it's measured in squares. Cool. So that is your standard action. You've got a move action, 3 swift actions left still.
Yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna. After that shot, I might just back it up a little bit.
Just gonna bag it up. Okay,
Bag
cool.
it up.
That is absolutely fine. ACM 3.
Going to fall back so my back's against this wall here,
Okay.
and then I'm going to flip out my slug thrower rifle,
Uh-huh.
which is, I believe you've got quick draws of free action, yeah,
Yes.
and take a shot at that one there.
Cool. It's gonna have partial cover just from being slightly behind the rock face. So it's
Right.
so its
Yes,
thing
it might
is
make sense as ignore partial cover, but it won't for the shot, will it? Like for actually damage and whatnot.
probably not. However, if you use 2 swift actions to take the aim action, it will.
Yes.
Yes. So you can do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Cool. And
Does that
then
do
so
anything for my roll to hit?
no cover effects reflex saves, not the actual attack.
Right. Okay.
Okay, yeah, you hit. It seems somewhat staggered by the strength of the blow that's just basically scored it across the side of the face. Almost as if its condition has gone down 1. Are you done? Okay. Right. So, Yakeshi, you see one spring forward directly towards Bokrov. As it charges, Bokrov, what is your reflex save?
18.
Okay. So its first attack with its bite misses. It then goes to follow up with a claw attack. And also misses. However, you do see the other one from the other side run up at you as well.
Little shits.
That one's bite hits.
Ooh.
And you take 5 points of damage. It then goes to follow up with a claw as well. And crits.
Oh dear.
And you take 9 points of damage. ACM 3, you hear the sound of one running around the rock as it charges at you. What is your reflex save?
19.
It hits. Yes, Jack?
That's worrying.
You take 5 points of damage as it follows up with a claw attack. And misses. Nux, you see that one kind of limp around the corner towards you and then just tries to kind of stick behind that tree as much as possible. That one runs around the corner and is going to use my newly implemented dash action to actually get close enough to maybe attack you next turn. Dash is basically what it is in D&D. You get to use your action to make another movement. Because I thought it was real dumb that you couldn't use an action to move more in this system as standard. Sizath, that one charges at you. What's your reflex save?
My reflex is 16, I believe.
It hits.
I do have a ranged weapon though, which is a spear, right? So if it moves into within 5 feet of me, I think you get an attack of opportunity. I'm not sure though.
That might be a D&D rule you're implementing there. Why don't you check that?
Let's look at spear. Where's spear? Spear.
Spare!
Oh no, it just can be thrown. Oh
Sorry, man.
no.
Yeah, so it charges at you and lands a bite.
For how much damage?
8.
8.
Oh man.
And then
Got
goes
it.
to follow up with a claw. What did you say your reflex was?
16.
That one misses.
8 damage. Count down from 32 to 24.
Okay. Sizath.
Alright, well, I think it's time to strike back, I guess.
Go for it.
I have a spear out.
Uh-huh.
The actions I'm thinking, is it literally just, I only get a single attack, right?
Yes.
What other actions can I use with what do you call it?
There's a handout available for you to peruse
Isn't there?
that I
Game
spent the
to
time
begin.
of producing.
Turns. Right, well, I'll look at that during the rest of the thing. I'm just going to attack now. Spear. And attack. No other modifiers. I rolled a fucking 11.
You miss with an 11. Are you accepting the 11?
I mean, I could roll a force point and see what happens.
You could.
We have 6, right?
Yeah, per level.
Yeah, sure. Let's use 1. Why not?
Go for it. You hit,
Oh, nice.
doing 6 points of damage.
Okay, I think that's it. Unless...
The lizard hound in front of you, after taking this wound, jumps behind you.
Oh. Okay. That's interesting. So that standard action, correct?
That is your
Or that
standard
was
action to attack, yeah?
I remember there's a couple swift actions you can use to, like, recover or something.
There is recover. It lets you increase your condition. What you're thinking of is second wind,
Never mind then.
which is the one that lets you, I think it's as a swift action, recover
Yeah.
a quarter of your hit points plus your con bonus.
Yeah, I don't want to do that right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my turn.
All right. Cool. Nux.
I am going to. I think I want to move back one.
Okay. Are you gonna risk the attack of opportunity?
I want to tumble.
Okay.
So I roll acrobatics.
Yep.
To avoid attack of opportunity, right?
Yep. Go for it.
Hey, that'll do it.
Yeah, you're absolutely fine. You may move
You can move back one, so I'm
Yeah.
back to back.
with Zoe. Okay.
Did you say that one on the left is kind of visibly hurt?
It's pretty fucked up, yeah.
I'm gonna
It's got a
take
big,
shot.
it's got a big gouge down the side of its face where a slug kind of went through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at that one with a blaster pistol.
Go for it.
I don't think I'm gonna use it this time, but just for actions that take 2 swift actions, do you like a swift action on your next turn to do that?
No, you have 3 swift actions per turn.
You have 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I totally didn't know that.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, I'm totally gonna use my combat trickery on that one on the left to make it flat-footed,
Okay,
which is
nice.
a deception. roll.
Ooh.
Go for it. Yeah, that works.
And because I got cunning attack, I get +2 on my roll against flat-footed enemies.
Yep.
I get plus. Am I in point blank range for that one?
Yes.
3.
Point blank is the equivalent of like standard. Anything of short range and above, you start taking negatives to your attack roll. But you may attack when ready. Yeah, you hit. Do you have any damage bonuses or anything? Did you take the Star Wars equivalent of sneak attack, or have you not got that yet?
I don't have that yet. No, I've just got my plus to a hit and nothing extra on damage yet.
Okay, how do you want to kill this thing?
Let's go. Yeah. So this one runs up to me and I just kind of like backwards roll and like land on my knees and pull out my blaster pistol and just like take a shot right away at that one on the left and just take it out.
Yeah, cool. Its attention was very clearly more directed towards the big metal man that put a hole in its face. So it's just not really aware that you're paying attention to it. And just at that last second when it would look in your direction, it just sees as the blaster bolt just scores through the other side of its face. Anything else you want to do, or are you happy? Yeah, there. Okay. So.
First question.
Yes.
Are there flanking rules in this?
Not that I've seen.
Okay, cool. I am going to turn around, see that one has jumped up right behind me. I'm going to light her up and then light them up.
You're lighting her up?
Yep. And I'm going to do a rapid strike swing, because why not? Let's see if this...
So that's the -2 to the roll to get an extra dice on the damage?
Yes.
Go for it. Is that factoring in the -2? Yep. Yeah, okay, you hit. You decapitate this beast.
Tight.
Anything else?
I can move, right?
Hang on, there is in fact a rule for flanking.
Oh.
Let me just find it and confirm. Flanking. You get a +2.
Oh, wow. Great.
Okay, so you have a move and your 3 swift actions left?
I don't I can't really use many swift actions just because
True.
You know, that's more rangedy stuff. I will just I'm gonna scooch around to
So you got a movement of...
get right up in that guy's face.
It feels right in face. Did it?
Yeah. And that's me.
Okay. Yakeshi.
Is this a ramp? Oh wait, measuring tool. Is this a ramp I can go up?
Yeah, it's like a fallen tree log.
Okay. Fine, we'll run up here.
That's fine. You still got your 6 square range.
4.
Oh, 4. So you can get to there. That does put you 10 feet up at least.
Yep. Have any of these guys gotten shot yet? The remaining ones?
This guy,
This one has.
the one directly in front of Bokrov.
I want to take a shot at that one.
Go ahead.
I'm also wait before I do that though. I'm gonna set my blaster to
Kill?
not stun. Yeah, because
Not
these guys are clearly more dangerous than anything that I fought before on Planet.
That is absolutely fine. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh shit.
Nice.
How do you want to kill this one?
Right through the heart.
Yeah.
Wherever I think that might be.
No, absolutely fine. You shoot it right in its core, and it drops. No, I was just wondering if there's any kind of bonuses for making a ranged attack from an elevated position, but I can't find anything. Right, anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Back around to the top of the turn order, Bokrov.
Probably not any bonuses, but I feel safer up here.
Yeah.
I'm debating on whether or not I want to use my claws on this fucker.
Okay.
But for the precise shot feat, it says no -5 penalty for shooting into melee. Does that mean like even if I'm in the melee?
No,
There's
you will still have the -5 because you're in the melee. This would be, for instance, if you wanted to shoot the one currently in close combat with Zoe.
Okay. I think I'm just going to make an attempt with a point blank shot.
Yeah, go for it.
I get a +1 bonus on ranged attacks and damage against.
Yes, but you are suffering a -5 because you are in close combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know when I can roll it.
Yeah, go ahead. Unfortunately, that is a miss.
Fuck.
Unless you want to attempt using a force dice to maybe get a hit out of it.
No.
Okay, cool. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I don't think I can really do much.
Okay, that is absolutely fine. ACM3.
I'm going to make the withdraw action.
Okay, so you can move 1 square away.
Reading the rules, is it not you can move your full movement but evade the first square of movement for attacks of unit?
If memory serves, actually, if memory serves, you can move up.
The wording.
Actually, I think it's how you move. You can move half up. Let me check the handout.
That's fine. That's what I'm reading. I'm like,
Combo lets you move.
Withdraw. You can withdraw from a combat as a move action to withdraw. The first square of your movement must take you out of combat threatened area by a shorter possible route. If you move more than 1 square to escape the threatened area, you can't withdraw. You can move normally, take a move action in order to escape an opponent, but you provoke an attack for doing so. Once you clear the threatened area, you may continue to move up to a total of half of your speed. So you can move up to 3 squares if you withdraw.
Then as 1, 2, I'll move to there.
Yep.
And I will shoot the one who attacked me last time.
Go for it.
Aiming will do nothing.
Because it's not in cover.
Yep. So where's my color achievement?
It's wherever you left it. You miss. Do you know what? You weren't wrong about the getting combat and not be able to hit anything.
Yep.
Well, except for all the people who have been one-shotting the enemies.
Speak for yourself.
I was going to say, looking at you, Jedi!
Hey, I'm not using my lightsaber, okay?
I'm not criticizing you for that.
But
I'm
you
just
already
saying.
shot one that I shot already.
True. You. Yeah.
You think Rogue stole Michael?
Hello, Deveronian scoundrel.
Totally different.
Totally different thing. Yeah. So the 10 misses. You gonna use a force dice? Or you gonna let it stand?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So the hound creatures. The one who was just shot at by ACM3 is going to basically charge back in at him. What's your reflex save?
19.
19. So that puts that at... That's a miss. And then it's going to go for the claw. That is also a miss. Right, the one in close combat with Zoe is going to fight defensively. But it's going to...
Okay.
So basically you suffer a -2 to try to attack it on its turn.
Okay.
But it... No, sorry, hang on, is it a -2? Let me double check the handout, because it suffers a -2 on the attack roll. It gets a +2 bonus to its attack, but a -5 on the attack roll. Right, okay. Right, so what is your reflex save?
It is 16.
Oh, it misses
Oh.
by 1.
Oh,
Oh.
And then on the second attack... Oh my god. It misses by 1 again.
I'm one with the Force.
The force is 1 with
Force
you.
is with me.
Force is one with me.
Right, okay. And then the one in close combat with Bokrav is going to do the same, fight defensively. What is your reflex save?
18.
18. Ooh, I have regrets. The bite misses, and the claw with a natural 1 definitely misses. Let's have a look. And the rest of them are dead. Sazath.
I might provoke attack prop. No, I won't actually provoke attack opportunity. I'm gonna go run there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm flanking.
Okay. So you get attack
And-
with a +2.
Yes. Let me just add that into the attack.
There's a modifier button when you press the attack button,
Oh shit, there is.
just for this very reason.
I knew that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a 23 will definitely hit.
That is a 7 damage.
7 damage. Ooh.
The 10
Jesus.
damage.
So I want to say that I like.
I mean, it's a
to the
spear,
s-
so...
I roll to the south and like leap forward and try and stick him in the back with the spear.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm imagining you fighting very much like the Troy film with Brad Pitt. You're like running and like jumping and stabbing and stuff.
Fair enough. Yeah, you roll and you bring the spear up and you dig it into this thing's kind of rear right flank, and you can hear it kind of growl in pain, annoyed at how well you're rolling. Right, are you done?
Yeah.
Cool. Nux.
Am I able to move the other side of the one that Zoe's at there, or is that like blocked off? How
Like
much of that
the-
square?
Yeah, you can fit in that square.
Yeah, I'll go there. And if I shoot it out, I'm at -5 because it's
Because
just
you're-
melee combat. With someone else, I'm shooting into melee combat.
Well, technically at that range, you're also in the melee combat.
Yeah, is that just the same thing? It's still the -5.
Well,
Or-
it's
Me being
No,
in the melee-
it's a case of
Yeah,
it's,
you don't get it.
it's a case of either shooting into the melee combat gives you a -5, or if you're in the melee combat, you get the -5.
Okay, so either way, it's the same.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Then I will use combat trickery again.
Okay, go for it. It's got to beat its will defense, I believe.
Defense. That'll probably do it, I
I
guess.
think it probably does.
Well, do you know what? Oddly enough, yeah, it does.
Okay, then I'll shoot at this one.
So you've got the +2 off that.
+2, so it's gonna be.
Oh wait, no, hang on, no,
-2.
that makes it flat-footed, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes it flat-footed.
Right. Okay. So go for it.
Defensive as well, though. So doesn't that give it a bonus?
It gives it a +2 on reflex.
Yeah.
Oh, which
But it's being flat-footed, so
yeah.
it doesn't take effect.
So
It's
you
flat-footed,
get
so I get a +2 against it.
no.
I get a +1.
No.
Blank.
Flat-footed is different. Flat-footed changes.
No, I have a feat that gives me +2 against.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so you got a +2 off it being flat-footed. You don't get a +2 because you're not in melee combat for the flanking bonus. You get -5 for shooting while in close combat. So I believe that's currently you're at a -3.
-3.
And I get point blank.
And then point blank gives you a +1.
-2 overall.
-2 overall. Go for it. Against its whatever its flat-footed is. You miss.
I don't think that's gonna hit.
Not great.
Do you use a force dice, or are you just going to leave it?
I'll leave it.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a swing at it.
go for it.
+2 for. Is it +2 for flanking?
+2 for flanking, yeah.
Cool.
Hey.
Yeah, that'll do it. It hits.
Hey.
How do you want to kill this one?
Another just swift decapitation, just like kind of rolling the wrist round and just catching it on
Yeah.
the back swing.
Absolutely fine.
And I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get over to here,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's me.
Okay, cool. Yakeshi.
Going to shoot at this one.
Okay, you will be suffering a -5 for shooting into close combat.
That is fine.
I was saying, unless you have the feat, that means you don't. You miss.
Oh well.
Unless you want to use a force dice.
For 5 damage, nah.
Okay, cool. Back around to the top of the turnover. Bokrav.
Alright, I'm dropping my sporting blaster and I'm gonna go hand in hand with this thing with my claws.
Go for it.
And I'm
Plus-
getting
+2 bonus
a
for
+2,
flanking.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna hit.
Unfortunately, it doesn't actually, because this thing took defensive last turn.
Okay.
Yeah, it did take defensive.
Okay. Anything else? Swift actions or anything?
Yeah, I think this time I'm gonna try to do. Actually, no. I'm just gonna stay within the combat. Yeah.
Okay, cool. ACM 3.
I am also going to fight defensively and try and poke it in the eyes.
Go for it. So you suffer a -5 on the attack.
Yep.
If you move one square to the down and left, you can get a flanking bonus.
Flanks will be -3, yeah?
Yeah. Do you want me to move you? Oh, okay. You still miss, I'm afraid.
That's fine.
Okay. My go. Oh, actually, hang on. Bokrav, when you go to slash at this thing, it jumps out the way and ends up behind Sizath. ACM 3, same thing. When you go to attack that one, this one jumps behind Zoe. That was their reactions, by the way. So they're now going to attack back. So we'll start with the one on Sizath. What's your armor class?
Are they still fighting defensively?
Let me look at what the options they
Until
have.
the end of your round, isn't it?
That's the end. That's until the start of the next round, or until the start of their next turn.
So it's you decide that now.
Yeah.
Flighty bastards.
Okay. Yeah. Well, they're gonna make their attack, and we'll see. You'll see if it hits or not. So, what did you say your reflex save was, Ron?
16.
Ooh, crit.
Oh dear.
Oh god.
How much damage is that?
Hang on, I'm just double checking to see if anyone's rolled a critical hit yet. Against me. No, you've just all been rolling critical damage. Okay. You take 12 points of damage off the bite. And then when it goes back in for the claw. Ooh, another crit!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
For 10 damage.
I'm on 2.
What is your damage threshold, by the way, Rome?
20.
Your damage threshold, not your max wounds.
20.
How do you have a damage threshold of 20?
Group damage threshold. I am a tank.
Clearly. Alright.
Someone next.
And then the one in combat with Zoe is gonna go for him as well. What's your reflex save, Jack?
15.
15.
16.
So, 16, okay. The bite hits. And you take 6 points of damage, and then it goes for the claw. And hits again. So you take a total of 12 damage that turn.
My damage threshold is 12.
It has to come from a single attack, so you're fine.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, Sizath.
That's coming from a single attack?
Yes, for the damage threshold.
I'm still on normal.
Sorry?
I'm still on normal then, right?
What do you mean?
So condition, right? Whenever something exceeds your damage threshold, you go down one of the conditions, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So your condition
technically-
hasn't been changed.
Hey, sweet. I didn't know that. I thought it was whenever you drop.
No,
below a
it's when you
certain
take
point,
more than your threshold in a single attack. As-
I'm really glad my threshold's so good.
no, it's okay. It just means I know I can hit you with bigger stuff.
Oh, I'm on.
We just bring up a freaking
So-
AAT at you and shoot with the main cannon.
With action recover. That's a quarter of my hit points or my con
Second
score,
wind.
whichever's better.
Recover is improve your. No. You get a quarter of your hit points
Right.
plus your con bonus.
Oh. Okay, so a quarter of 32 is
7.
okay. That is it not a quarter or your con score?
Wait, no,
depending
sorry,
on
it's
which
8.
one's Better.
8. No.
Right, but
It's 8. It's a quarter plus your con bonus.
and what's the thing about this con score I was thinking of?
I don't know.
Okay, well, back to 10 wounds, and then I'm gonna murder. At least try to. Come on. Do well. I don't know if that's enough.
1 sec.
I'm fighting defensively, maybe?
1 sec. No, yeah, sorry, you're right. It's a quarter of your hit points or a number of equal to your Constitution score.
Oh, sweet. So I get 14 back instead. That would be.
Wow. Okay, that's actually way better. Oh, hang on.
That would be another 6.
Yeah. So if anyone else has done a swift second wind, you get to increase whatever it was you got. No, a 14 does not hit run.
Do I want to use another 4 point?
You only have 6 until you level up.
I know. This thing needs to die.
It feels the same about you.
Fuck it. Ow, that might not hit.
You miss.
What? It's not fighting defensively.
It's not. No.
Ah! I wasted that. Okay.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Shit.
Nux.
I will fire at that from here, I guess. Yeah, fire at that one that Zoe's fighting.
Cool. You will be suffering the -5 unless you have the relevant feat.
No, I don't have precise shot. I will use combat trickery again.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, Sean,
Can you use
this thing
that?
It's just it doesn't have a limit. It's just uses 2 swift actions. So
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
use it every time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
And then I'll
it's,
shoot at that one, so it's gonna be -2 again.
Yes. This thing is visibly staggered. Visibly so.
And then I'll move to like here. Yeah,
Okay.
I just did that.
What were you saying, Sazath?
If I missed, does it not get to dodge again?
It does not.
Okay.
Right. Zoe, you're up.
Take a swing.
Go for it. I'm generally baffled by the fact that I didn't think to get lightsaber swinging sounds as well.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, well.
I'm disappointed in me.
Oh.
You gonna take it?
I'm gonna roll a force point.
Okay.
For an 18.
It's dead. I'm assuming you just decapitate this one as well.
Same as the previous two.
Yeah, fair enough. And Yakeshi. Sorry. Zoe, you done?
1 second. Just while we're fighting, am I noticing? I'm gonna move down to flank.
Mm-hmm.
Am I noticing like a kind of a dark side aura coming from these sort of things?
Give me a use the force check. Oh, actually, no, you don't have to. You can just do it because Yakeshi did.
I think it's just generally automatic for just.
Yes, there is a
vibe.
very very light kind of dark side aura on these things.
I don't even feel.
I also
big.
shouted dark side beast at the start of combat.
There is also that.
Okay, fair enough. Cool.
Right, so
Yeah,
Yakeshi, sorry,
that's my turn.
top
Yeah.
your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna use 2 swift actions to aim at that last one. And then
It's
fire.
not in cover, so it doesn't make a difference.
Well, regardless, I'm going
Okay.
to do it anyway.
That's cool. Go ahead. So -5 foot, you miss.
Yeah, I didn't even add the -5. So.
Yeah.
Because feats that say like when you aim, you also gain this. So aim
Yes, there
becomes-
is. Aim gives you a +1. It's one of the ones I'm looking to pick up when I level up again, when I get to play again. Bokrav. Are you shooting? Are you muted?
Yes.
I forgot I was muted. 'Cause I was doing stuff on my phone.
That's cool. So
I picked up my blaster rifle
yep, that's a
and
swift action.
moved over there,
That's your movement action.
and I'm gonna shoot at the beast with a precise shot.
Go for it. Do you have precision shot?
Yes.
Sweet, go for it.
Hit, I think.
That definitely hits. Bokrov, how do you want to kill this thing?
It's on stun.
I shoot it. No, it's not on stun.
Oh,
It's just,
sorry.
I just put it as a note. I'm just gonna shoot it right in the eye.
Yeah,
through.
yeah, you do. That was the sound of the eye popping. And it falls over very depressingly. Okay. The sound of your last blaster rifle shot kind of echoes through the not the clearing, the area you're in. And you kind of all scan the area around you to make sure there's nothing else coming, and it seems for the moment you've got a bit of a reprieve.
The glade.
Sure, let's call it a glade.
Going to.
I'm gonna look at the paws of these creatures really quick. And
Okay.
I'm gonna see if they match tracks that I found earlier.
They do.
Slide back down this thing and then examine the creatures.
These are the creatures that were stalking our scouting team.
Is there any signs of the scouting team themselves?
Give me a perception check. Save from the blood that you've put on them and the blood that you can match to the party you were with, there's no indication that these guys have encountered the team, and you see no members of the team themselves. All you know is there's still the footprints that Sizath pointed out heading this way. Map east.
We have no other course of action. I suggest we continue following the footsteps.
Keep moving before more of these find us right here.
Yakeshi, did you say you wanted to do something?
Just wanted to examine it.
Okay. Give me a knowledge life sciences check.
There it is, life sciences.
You're not sure what these things are.
Hmm.
They don't match anything that you've experienced. Like you said, there's nothing like this on the planet that you've been on previously.
Yeah.
And no one has given you any kind of tutelage into what these might be.
Okay. I feel like I know what they are out of character, but
I'm sure you probably do. Feel free to GM me, and I will tell you if you are correct. Out of character.
yeah.
Anybody else got anything they want to do?
Just ask
find
you
the
to take one.
Sorry, say again. We'll start with ACM3.
I was just going to ask, should we take one of these back for studying, or just get another one later?
I wouldn't carry them now. If we come back through the session, yes.
Okay.
I'll leave that to you guys. I can just follow these tracks further.
Okay, so you just continue following the tracks. Sizath, I'm assuming you're leading the path again?
Yeah.
Give me another survival check.
Okay. Let's hope my rolls are not as shit as they used to be. That is the
Yeah.
24.
Okay, so you continue to follow the tracks out of the east of the glade that you're in, and after about 10 minutes of following them, the tracks seem to veer a little bit more towards the south. So you're getting a bit more southwest, and as you keep going, the fog gets a bit thicker, and a light kind of falling of rain actually starts to kind of come down between the trees. So again, it's cool. No one's cold. No one's suffering any ill effects from the weather. It's just this is clearly a more humid area than you've kind of come from further to the east. On the planet.
Bamboo type plants?
No, it's more alpine, more like pine.
Right. Damn.
No, you can't make bamboo spears.
Don't make a bamboo spear. It's gonna get thrown in the water and can't eat.
Okay. Yeah, so you continue to follow the tracks. They continue for a good hour. Sizath, with a 24, you can see as well that these tracks are more widely spaced out. They were definitely running from something. And you also notice the same paw-like imprints kind of in pursuit.
We must move quickly. The rain will get rid of these tracks soon. They were being chased.
So you want to carry on at speed?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. You are, again, with a 24, you're able to pick up the trail incredibly easily, so you don't have to worry about losing them even if you're traveling quicker. After a little while of you kind of going at a higher speed, you start to approach what appears to be a slightly thicker area of tree. Or at least the tree cover is becoming thicker the closer you get to the kind of mountainous area itself. What you know is you're still on the exterior of the forest itself, so the deeper forest must be incredibly dense. But you do notice the area is becoming a little bit more hilly as you are kind of carrying on inward. But eventually you do come to a kind of clearing. And you notice that the padded paw prints from these hound creatures stop and actually veer off and double back.
Oh.
We're stopped here. I wonder what kind of knowledge check that would be.
Is there anything around where the tracks stop which would show any reason why, or do they just stop and turn around?
Give me a perception check.
God, why don't you roll this good when you're playing carrier?
Yeah, it's true.
No, you don't notice anything.
So they definitely backed off the wolves.
Yeah. You
How fresh are these tracks?
sorry?
Fresh are the tracks of them backing off? I'm wondering if
Fairly fresh. Earlier today.
I have a strange feeling that the wolves doubled back, and they were the ones that attacked us. Um, comparing the tracks of them approaching and the tracks of them leaving, um, are the tracks of them leaving more spaced out than the ones approaching, or is it about the same?
Sorry, say again.
So comparing the tracks that came and comparing the tracks that left, are the ones that came more spaced out than the ones that left, or are the ones that left more spaced out than the ones that? I'm wondering
fairly
which one
even.
was running
Fairly
faster.
even.
Fairly even.
So they ran towards, then ran back.
Ran towards and ran back. Perhaps they scared them off.
Perhaps
Something
something
else
scared
did.
them off.
What was it they said? That was native to this world, the super predator.
Was it a super predator?
I think it was Superflora.
It's megafauna, definitely.
Definitely mention of megafauna.
Yeah, it's a megafauna. It's a superfauna.
Yeah, there you
ACM3,
go.
are you picking anything up?
Designated as the outer source.
Droid, are you picking anything up? Look for larger life signs.
The interference in this area is quite heavy. You don't pick up anything in the immediate vicinity.
Looking around as well, is there any signs of like maybe any gunshots or anything? Like anything else that could have drove them off in this area?
No, you actually don't spot anything.
Keep your eyes open. And
Could
I'm
they
going
have-
to start following the tracks again. Actually no. He's gonna ask, do any of you have first aid?
Have what?
First aid. Medicine.
I have a med pack.
That'll do it.
How much does that do?
It allows you to make a first aid check.
Oh, I'm not trained at that, but I'll give it a go.
You can give it to somebody who is.
Is somebody trained in first aid?
It does
Wait,
look
is that a
like it.
skill? Because
It's treat
oh,
medicine.
treat injury.
Treat injury, yeah.
Treat injury, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's called treat injury.
Are they trained in that?
No.
Oh wow. No one's
Fly-
trained in treating.
I raise my hand when I hear that. Is anyone trained for like medicine or whatever?
I hand
Appreciate
over my
those.
med pack.
And who was it that needs it?
Myself. Sizath.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it to Sazat then.
Okay, give me a treat injury test.
Did I get back?
I am looking that up now.
Okay.
Are you looking for the med pack itself?
Or if treat injury has a... Does the med pack tell you how much it gives you back?
I'm reading it right now.
I'm checking to see if I can find the treat injury skill to see if that tells you. Oh, here we go, treat injury. Here we go, first aid.
Okay, so the med pack doesn't say anything, but once you use it, its contents are expended,
Yeah.
even if failed.
A medical kit grants you a +2 bonus. Did you factor that in?
No, this isn't. This is a med pack, not a medical kit.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's a med pack.
Right, in that case, Sizath, you recover 3 hit points.
Oh man, that is useful.
That's it?
It's DC 15, and you get a. Oh wait, no, hang on. You recover 5. You get you cover hit points equal to your character level +1 for every point by which the check exceeds the difficulty check.
Oh.
So this is maybe more of a like if somebody's
Bleeding out
really,
kind of thing.
really bleeding out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting out, I'm nearly dead.
Yeah. Right.
This'll help at least.
It'll take the edge off.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Can you all control your tokens again?
Say again, you were
Yeah.
breaking up.
I'm saying, can you all control your tokens?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is this a river?
No,
Just a
just looks
clearing,
like
right?
No, it's just a
open
clearing.
ground.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a clearing.
We're moving out into this clearing.
Yeah,
Right.
why not?
Do I still sense those humanoids?
Give me a use the force test. Yes, they are somewhere nearby.
I think we're getting close.
Do you know what this is doing my
Do you
head?
do you know a direction?
Do I know a direction?
Vaguely kind of this kind of direction.
Okay.
Ahead.
I have my spear out again.
I'm pretty sure all of us, but at this point, have all of our weapons still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I roll a perception and see if, like, I notice anything, like, just kind of, like, watching us or even just, like, movement?
I was gonna say,
No,
does
that
someone
we're
who
on
knows
high
like
alert.
survival kind of stuff want to just keep an eye out, make sure we're okay?
Yeah, Bokroff, if you want to give me a perception check.
Following tracks at the moment.
You do notice something. There is definitely something moving in this direction.
Do I know where? Okay.
You catch the glimpse of movement of kind of a pale fur.
Just point to that direction.
More movement.
I'll just nod my head yes.
Is there anywhere we can get like? Is there any cover or anything nearby? No, we're totally like out in the open right now.
Like these rocks could probably provide cover.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is a tree line of some sort.
It's
Yeah.
basically yeah, more or less.
That's the edge of the clearing.
You're moving towards it.
I think you'd rather have something vaguely
Yeah,
between
moving to
him
where
and.
there's cover.
Make sure nothing sneaks.
Do I know?
Sorry, you broke up a bit there, Raka. What'd you say? Is this me breaking up?
Notice it was. I caught a glimpse of something like moving quickly.
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
We couldn't
Yeah, we
count
hear you
now.
now.
Right. Okay. Sorry, Bokrov. Say that again.
Do I know like the kind of like general direction it ran? Since you said I caught a glimpse of it like moving.
From what you saw, it seemed to be going in a general this way direction, kind of towards the bottom of the map.
Can I? Would it be undercover?
There is like rocks and tree life and stuff kind of obstructing any line of sight you have currently.
Can I use Sense Surroundings, which is a DC 15 force check to ignore the effects of cover when making a perception check?
If you wish, yes.
I will see if I get this first.
Yeah. So use the force first.
Ah, no.
You
I
may
mean,
still.
I'll roll the perception anyway
Yeah.
because, like, yeah. No.
Hey, look!
Absolutely not.
Hey guys, look! A rock!
Hey, that's it.
Oh my god, can anyone see that giant, horrible, furry, disgusting... Oh, it's Bokrov.
There's some dust in my eye lens, and I'm just trying to get. I thought I saw something, but it's just
Ah, I'm out of wiper fluid.
the grey.
It's just dirt.
Yeah.
It's raining and yet somehow you've got dirt that's just stuck there.
Alright,
Oh,
what is anybody else doing?
No, I got kicked up from the fight.
Holding up next to this rock.
Okay, just keeping an eye on the south.
Can I like roll again to see if I notice it anymore?
Yeah, go ahead. You do not.
Since my scan,
Oh, yeah, sorry,
can
go
I
ahead.
look?
Like, just look?
Since my scan's ignore color, can I look for
Yeah, sure.
well, scan for it, you know.
Yeah, yeah. There
in
is
my
some
phone.
there is some interference in the area. Again, this area, there's a bit of interference. You're struggling to get a solid look on anything. Even your readings for the guys that you can see directly in front of you are kind of jumping around kind of all over the place.
Wasting too much time.
I just turn around and kind of like nod, keep moving.
Find the tracks again.
Yakeshi, what is your reflex save?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
It's in defenses, right?
Yep.
16.
16. Okay. What's your flat-footed defense?
Oh. 13.
Your flat-footed is 15.
13.
13. Okay.
1, 3.
You are pinned to the ground
Oh.
as a large, wide, grinning-faced Nexu jumps on top of you.
Oh shit.
That.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Oh god.
And you take 13 points of damage as it bites into
Ow.
you.
Ow.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, I was gonna
Finally
say,
take damage.
Here we go.
Here we go again.
Here I go killing again.
Jack.
Oh, come on.
Shit. I didn't do. I
Ah.
forgot to click my character, but it's a 24.2.
Anybody else not clicked on the character?
Got mine this time.
I was gonna be like, can I convince it not to eat me? And then it bite me.
Yeah, it bit,
There you go.
it bit you as it jumped on you. Is everybody rolled?
I think.
Okay. ACM 3.
It's the same two to start.
Is there anything I can do to like barrel into it to push it off?
You can essentially do a melee attack to
Charge?
push it. Yeah. If you charge, I'll give you a +2 bonus.
I won't do that. I'll just run into it and try and push it off.
Yeah. Okay. Give me just an unarmed attack. So that'll just be a strength +2 bonus. Actually, plus base attack bonus if you have it as well.
With my claw, just
Is anybody else breaking up, or is that just me?
Just you, I think.
I think it was just you.
17 with the +2. I picked it twice by accident.
17 with a +2. Yeah, 17 hits. Okay, now give me an opposed strength check.
19.
Roll again.
Oh, again. I'll take it.
21. Yeah, okay, you push the Nexu off. It is now no longer grappling with Yakeshi. Anything else? That's your action. You still got 3 swift actions.
Don't think any of them will come in handy right now. What's that want to take damage for someone else?
That was a destiny point.
Destiny point thing, right? Okay. Then yeah, that's me done then.
Okay, cool. Bokrav.
I'm going to move on like around. Yeah, I'm gonna move over here,
Okay.
and I'm going to. Is it in cover or no?
No.
Okay, well I'm just gonna blast it.
Go for it. Oh shit. Forgot about
Ah shit.
that. Yeah, you miss.
That'll be it.
Cool. The Nexu. It's going to leap on ACM3 and try to take a bite out of him. What's your save? Okay, the bite misses, and then it's going to go in for 2 claw attacks. The second claw attack hits.
You're attacking him from the 1 square away?
Oh, no, it's
No,
moved up.
he has to move it.
Right.
You take
I
10
was
points of damage.
Scared.
It's got 2 square reach.
Damage, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Sizath.
What is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 squares. I have 6 squares of movement, right?
Yep.
I mean, what's your health at? Do you really want to get that close?
I'll be fine.
He'll be fine, he says.
So I'm gonna get in there, doing like zigzag movement before the combat, and lifting my spear and trying to stab it in the back. I'm assuming I'm getting flank here.
Yes, and a charge bonus, so you'll get a +4 total.
I think that's a hit.
Jesus. I don't think he needed the +4.
No, I think I. Well,
Oh,
I mean, probably
sorry,
not.
just to clarify,
I
the
appreciate.
charge is a... We'll say you didn't charge, because I forgot to tell you that if you do it, you suffer a -2 on your reflex the following turn. So, that's an option. You can charge if you want for +2, -2 on your reflex until the start of your next turn. You didn't need it, you do hit, you do the 8 damage.
I won't take it then.
Yeah, cool.
fine.
Anything else?
That's me.
Okay, Yakeshi, you are currently prone, because you were inside this thing's mouth, but you're currently not inside this thing's mouth anymore.
Cool. I want to standing up. Don't take a give me attack, doesn't it?
No.
Oh, okay, I want to stand up.
Okay, you stand up.
Yep. And some movement actually do that, isn't that?
Yes.
I think so.
I guess I'll shoot into melee.
Cool, -5.
Yeah.
You do get a... Sorry, I should have also said, you do get a +2 size bonus for attacking this thing.
Oh. So -3.
Yep. Again, you didn't need it, Ronan. You miss.
Yes. Of course I do.
I'm getting flashbacks to Friday, Kenzuko. Okay. Nux.
Except I was one hitting stuff. Friday.
I hit stuff.
I've got a question about the wedding and combat trickery.
Okay.
So it says when I use it, it makes them flat-footed against my next attack made before the end of the turn.
Mm-hmm.
But if I spend a force point, I can extend the penalties until the end of encounter. Does that still just make it flat-footed for me and not anyone
Yeah,
else?
just for you.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna...
Combat trickery?
Yeah, I'm gonna... Well, yeah, I'm gonna combat trickery from here, yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, that's a low one.
Yeah, it still works.
Okay. And then take a shot with that blaster pistol at that.
Go for it. Yeah, that hits.
Nice.
Very nice.
And it looks noticeably staggered.
I'm gonna just kind of like instinctively roll back behind the rock I was using from cover, just because the thing's on the other side.
Get anything between me and it.
Yeah, it's all the way over there, sorry about everyone, but I'm still gonna get on the other side of this rock.
That is absolutely fine. Zo?
I'm just waiting for one more to come
Yeah,
around from
you're
behind.
Wait, hang on. I'm going to use the force. I'm going to interpret what Zoe's going to do.
Oh, you know me so well.
Go ahead. Move in and make your attack.
Yeah, am I
Yeah,
getting
that gives you
flank?
flanking. So +2 flanking, +2 for size.
Oh, okay, so +4.
Yep.
That's fun. We're going in with a rapid strike.
So -2, so it's a +2 total, but you get an extra dice on the damage.
Well, I've got it set up so it's
Okay, yeah.
yeah. So just add the +4 on there.
You
God
miss.
damn.
I miss.
You miss.
Oh, got it right. Yeah.
Flat foot for me, so my 15 hit.
Oh, I've been rolling some really good damage. Do I force point that?
It's a good number.
That's a pretty high number, considering he also took the 14 earlier.
I'm gonna force point it
Okay,
for a total of 20.
that'll hit. This thing is looking noticeably concerned. Noticeably.
How is it not dead?
It's a big beast.
Is-
ACM 3. Top of the turn order.
It is a big boy.
I would like to put the grab action against it.
I believe you have to do a grapple test for that.
It's a -2 melee attack.
Oh, right, okay.
All it does is make that it can't move,
Alright.
and it uses its action to basically release itself from the grab, if it wants to.
It just uses its action to get out of it.
Its action to get out the grab, yeah.
Okay.
So is it a +2 because he's flanking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it balances out as flat. Go to -2 action to take in the first place. Yep, it is.
No,
Yeah, it's grabbed but takes no damage. You done?
I will also second wind,
Cool, so you recover.
10 health.
Yeah. Cool. Bokrav.
Let's move right over here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to use precise shot.
Go for it. How do you want to kill this thing?
It only needed a little bit more health to train.
Oh, it was looking really hurt.
It was. I mean, it took 30 damage earlier. Yeah, I'm just gonna pluck him right in the eye again.
Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. With the
At least one of them.
yeah, one of the 4. You pull back the safety on your hunting rifle and you let loose the blast, and you can see it blows a hole just around the periphery of where this thing's eyes were. And you all kind of let out a sigh of relief.
And then 3 more.
As you hear Nux go, "Ah!"
Here.
I fucking said it too. I said it. I had a fucking.
As he
feeling
takes
there was gonna be a
24 points of
second one.
damage.
Oh,
my god.
24.
Mm-hmm. As I actually include the ambush damage on this one that I forgot to include on Yakeshi earlier.
my god. Hell?
What's your how much health do you got left?
4?
Oh yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Goodbye.
Oh,
As it also claws you.
no. Not 4.
So you
0,
are
in fact.
you are in fact unconscious.
He's dead.
Sizath,
He's gonna
Oh,
die.
move on a charge.
up to your movement.
There's no like double movement for charging.
Nope.
There is the dash action.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
you
that,
have it, but I think he's gonna want to shoot it or stab it
yeah.
with a spear.
You not throw those spears?
It can be thrown.
Can't throw a
You
spear.
can throw it. You can.
Can throw a spear.
Question is, does he want to waste his spear?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw this one. I think.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. So he's gonna lean back and sort of like, eye up the beast, and then
Uh-huh.
just fucking.
Go for
Does
it.
it have cover?
It's not behind the rock.
Yeah,
from
no,
his
you're
point of
you're
view.
fine.
Okay. Any other bonuses I could get for this?
Size bonus is +2.
Scrounging up every
Nice.
bonus you can.
Well, I mean, I only have a +3 normally, which kind of sucks ass, but whatever. So this is changing this to Dex instead of Strength because I'm throwing it.
Yep.
Yeet. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. No, it should. Let's see. Come on. What's that?
You hit.
15? Oh, nice.
And
That
what was
deals-
what's your plus?
That's 9. That's 9 damage to it.
Yep.
So I hear the scream and I see the big old thing mauling Nux. I just sort of lean back and I toss the spear across the distance.
Yeah. What you see is when you turn around is you see this Nexu ragdolling Nux around like the fucking fell beast rags around Thaden in Return of the King.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Okay. You
I
done?
think that's my turn. Oh, actually, I'm going to move up a bit.
Well,
I think
At least there's no horse crushing him.
I can draw another weapon as part of a move action, right?
No, swift action. I changed it.
Oh, I can draw weapons as swift action.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna move and I'm gonna.
Because
draw
I
my
personally
spear.
thought it was dumb to have your moved action taken up by you pulling a pistol out of the holster at your hip. It's like, oh no, my legs don't work now.
Alright, then I'm gonna move there and pull out another sphere.
That's cool.
On top of the rock?
Yakeshi?
What?
Pew.
Pew.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, nice.
Holy shit!
Very nice. You hit.
Damage and its threshold is -5.
Well, it beat its threshold anyway.
Should hope so.
Yeah, I would hope so. But it
Okay.
is a big beast.
Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Oh, is that enough?
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Placing my bets that Zochow's gonna kill it next.
I don't want to move from the spot because I don't want to get ambushed again.
That's valid. You're hiding
Are you,
next to its core.
are you gonna hide right next to the corpse? Yeah.
Do you want me to slice it open so you can
Stuff him inside.
tuck yourself in before I go?
No, I'm good.
Just before you do that,
So
let me know.
fight
How do you think they smell on the outside?
Oh, not great.
Probably like fucking BCs. I don't know.
I imagine it smells like wet cat, which is similar to wet dog, but just angrier.
Just like imagining how my pretty dragon used to smell
Okay, cool.
if I hadn't been in the bath for a couple of days.
Right, Nux, you can't do anything. You're unconscious. Zoe,
I have a question about
Yes.
cones.
what about cones?
Is it like 1 and then 2 and then 3 like wide?
Yes. What's the wording on the length of the cone?
It's a 6 square cone.
Yes, it would be 1, then 2 chunks of
One.
2. No, hang on, that's not very well worded. Is that length or is that the entire size? I'm assuming that's the entire size. Yeah, so
That's what I
yeah.
was thinking.
So
yeah.
it'd be
I
1,
thought it
2,
might have
3.
been-
Because that's equivalent of a 15-foot cone.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I imagined it like that. Oh, that doesn't bloody help because my name.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. I can get to
Yes, you can.
here. So I'm gonna rush all the way up there, trying to sort of interpose myself as much as possible, and then I'm gonna try a force slam.
Okay, go ahead.
So it is a use the force check compared to each of the target's fortitude defenses.
Okay.
So 18 versus its fortitude.
Okay, what's the ruling on it?
Oh,
Oh, you got a page number actually, or have you?
I've just got the
alright.
clip. Sorry.
Right, what's it?
So if the result equals or exceeds a target's fortitude defense, it takes 46 points of force damage and is knocked prone. If it's less than the target's fortitude defense, it takes half damage and it's not knocked prone.
Okay. Roll 4d6.
It's 46?
4d6.
My god. Jedi are broken.
They are broken.
Yeah, they are.
Oh bloody hell! It's slash R, isn't it?
Yes.
What is it?
Slash roll.
14.
Mm-hmm.
Is it prone?
It is.
Okay. I apologise for you ranged people, but
Are you done?
yeah, that's my standard action.
Okay.
So
ACM 3.
That was us. I'm gonna move up to the side and just punch it with the claw that I have.
Do you want to charge it?
No.
Okay, make a standard attack. Actually, is it prone? Do you get a bonus for being prone?
I'm not. I hope so.
I
would
hope so.
think you get a melee bonus against the prone.
Speaking of, my grab action should have been at -5 last turn.
Didn't really make a difference.
Yeah, I still would have hit due to modifiers anyway.
Yeah. Falling prone. Is there a condition for prone? Oh, prone targets. Melee attacks get a +5, range get a -5.
You were going to be on -5 anyway because I'm in melee with it. So.
True, but he's attacking melee, so he gets a +5.
Yo, yeah, I'm talking about the ranged guy.
Alright, yeah.
And then is it +2 for its size as well?
Yes.
I'm becoming a sentry bot. I'm just going to stand there and detect. I'll click.
G.
Oh,
G.
Quickly, short circuiting. Find the mechanic.
So, my question is, at what point does flat-footed take effect?
I just think, isn't that just when it's not prepared
Yeah, so I think...
for combat?
Yeah.
It can still like roll around. It's still seeing the attacks coming in. I think.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you miss.
Rip.
Anything else?
I'll just turn myself off.
Okay.
He's disappointed in himself.
Bokrav.
My dog's freaking out.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm going to move
Mhm.
over here and do another precise shot.
Go for it. How do you want to kill this one as well?
Okay.
Fucking kill stealer.
Hey, my first kill was stolen from me. Fuck it, I'm just gonna, since it's, I'm gonna say, like, I found it on, like, its underbelly was showing towards me, and I just took a direct shot through the heart.
Okay, yeah. So you all lower your weapons and let out a sigh of relief.
Someone
Out
get
comes
the.
another one!
Let's keep going. GM suspiciously.
Okay, well, he took away the initiative, so I think we're done.
Bokrav, what's your reflex save?
Oh, for fuck's sake. It was 18? Yeah, 18.
Okay, cool. Nothing happens. Yeah, you're all fine.
Fuck you.
I'm not.
Does anybody do anything to assist Nux?
Yeah, I still have my own med pack, so.
That is absolutely fine. Would you like to give me a treat injury test?
Yes, I will. Boop.
Okay. Nux, you regain...
9.
No, it's DC 15.
No, it was 6.
Oh right, yeah.
So it's
It's
2
6,
plus... Yeah, you've gained 6 hit points, and you're currently on the -10 condition.
10, right? Yeah. So how do you deal with recovering that out of combat?
I need to remove my med pack now.
in combat you can use the recover action, right? The recover swift
The
action.
swift actions, yeah.
So how does that work out of combat?
Let me check the wording on recover.
You can spend 3 swift actions in the
Just
same
sit here and
round
start
or
recover
across
until we leave.
consecutive rounds to move +1 step on the condition tracker. You cannot use the recover action while affected by persistent conditions.
Yeah, so you basically just chill out and take a while to recover from these.
Okay. So outside of combat, you can kind of just like take a second and just recover it.
More or less, yeah. In the same way that, Jack, you can take a minute outside of combat to recover your force power that you spent.
Oh yes, I can. I keep forgetting I can do that. I should use them more often. Although I'm glad that worked.
This is why I stick to spaceships.
Space magic.
Okay. Yeah, you all kind of take a minute to assess the situation, and Yukeshi, you hear coming from the far side of the map just behind you, emerging from underneath that. No, not that guy. Emerging from...
The professor.
No, it's not Professor Withers.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, emerging from behind a boulder in that kind of area, you see a man in kind of a large kind of imagine like the stereotypical like mid-90s American dad sitcom going on a fishing episode. He's wearing like a
Oh,
3/4 length kind of like cargo vest with pockets, and he's just holding like a data pad in one hand and a shovel in the other, and he just kind of leans out and just goes, "Are they gone?
We're gone.
Oh, thank God." And six people pile out from this cave and they say, "We have had such a day."
So
Your tiefling mate looks a bit beat up.
Yes, it was
It's but a flesh wound.
Alright, Black Knight, calm down.
Both
Okay.
arms are gone. It's just a flesh wound. I can still fight.
So, in the interest of alacrity, we'll say that you inform the colonists here that you were instructed to basically come and get them. On the way back to their camp and their waiting speeder, they basically tell you, "We were sent here to investigate the area and see if it was useful or habitable or had any kind of useful resources for us. Over the approximately 12 hours that we were here, we've learned that it's full of rather hostile animals and strange kind of isolated weather patterns. The soil itself is fairly standard in terms of fertility, so I suggest we not develop this area anytime soon." The rest...
Say that complies.
Yeah, sorry, say again, Sazath?
Ruins.
That's kind of outside of our area of expertise. We were waiting to investigate this, finish our preliminary survey of the area, and then we were going to ask the professor to come and have a look. That's more of his wheelhouse. Strange man, that professor with us. Anyway, so they load up on their speeder and they load up all of their equipment and they head back over to the colony in their speeder. They say, "All right, we'll see you there. We see you brought an Imperial shuttle. We'll not ask where you got that." You all again load back up into the shuttle, and Nux again. You close up the ramp, lift up the ship, and fly back over to the colony itself.
Did we pick up one of the wolves?
Yeah.
Do you want? Would you like to?
Through those wolves, right?
Yes, you would go back that way. Would you like to
Okay,
pick
then,
up?
Yeah, I think we said that we're gonna grab one of those if we pass through there again.
Yeah, that's
One
fine.
of the more whole ones, probably. Like one that still has its head.
Yeah, okay. There's one that's got a fairly sizable chunk missing from one of its front flank from where Bokrav shot it, but it's fair enough. You can just go and get it all sorted out. Right. So you carry your trophy, I suppose, for lack of a better term, back to the shuttle. You load up and you fly back over towards the colony. Again,
Talking about this dinner.
I mean, sure.
We would have had a lot of dinner if we brought back all the animals.
So, you fly over and you land at the colony again. You head over to the administration building and you can see Administrator Atesh and Captain Ando are currently still there, just discussing like what supplies and stuff they need to pick up from their next run and what they're running low on, etc., etc. They see you walk in and they seem a little bit... They seem relieved to see you, but they're also a little bit apprehensive considering you haven't brought the colonists with you. When you inform them that you've recovered them and they're on the way back with the speeder, they kind of, oh, thank the Force.
You're welcome.
The Force slaps you around the back of the head for being presumptuous. Yeah, Yakeshi, you can feel the Force just go whoosh around the back of Zoe's head. You wince slightly.
I'm sure I feel it too.
Oh, you definitely feel it. So they kind of go, all right, well, I'm sure we'll get an in-depth report from them, but what have you got to say about the area? What do you think?
Hostile life, a great deal of it. Mostly Martian swamp. Probably not particularly good for developing.
It wasn't marshy. It was just a misty forest kind of thing.
Oh, right. Misty, forested area. Cool, but with the amount of hostile wildlife, developing there would probably be difficult. Focus on other locations first. However, there were ruins present. I'm sure some archaeologists in the colony might be.
When you say ruins and archaeologists, you hear from the back room, oh no! And those of you who were on the Cernpedal mission see the familiar form of Professor Withers almost fall out of the door in the back of the room, and he says, "Ruins? You said ruins? Where are the ruins? Tell me about the ruins."
Gonna stare at him for a little while to wait for him to like calm the fuck down.
He does not. If anything, every second you don't respond, he takes like a half step closer and closer and closer until he's basically like 6 centimeters away from your face, like on his tiptoes, staring into your eyes, saying, "Tell me about the ruins."
It's Professor.
Here's the M3. Tell him about the animals.
The ruins are in the forest, past the animals with razor fangs. You will not get a bodyguard.
And then we just plop the one that we propped in front of him, right in front of him.
With nasty big.
Oh! That shouldn't be here. What is that doing here?
I'm sorry, what?
Killed it and brought it back.
Yeah, no, I don't mean specifically why is that in the colony. I can see that it's dead. I'm curious what it's doing on this planet. These shouldn't be here. These aren't native to this area. Oh, very interesting. I wonder
Or
if
should it be?
Native status. They are there, and they are a threat.
Oh yes, I'm not surprised they're a threat. These things were bred by Dark Jedi.
Oh, that explains it. There was a particular vibe about these creatures.
Oh yes, I'm not surprised. Tukata were very heavily bred and manipulated by the Dark Jedi thousands of years ago. We haven't been one seen since... I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure since when. They're not around really anymore. Oh, that is incredibly interesting. I wonder how it got here. Ooh.
Are they useful for any of the colony's endeavors and food?
Oh no, quite the opposite actually. Their flesh was designed to be toxic.
Oh, great.
So don't eat them.
Oh yeah, no, don't, no. It's not necessarily deadly, but you'll be crippled with debilitating cramp for at least a week or two.
So
Say they
synthesize.
You say they were created and tampered with. Their bone structure, would it be stronger than most? Could you make something of it?
If you were so inclined, perhaps, yes.
The mask on my face.
You kind of look at the head, and it has got this elongated kind of snout section, but it's also fairly wide. You think you probably could make a replacement mask out of this?
Nice. If you wanted to go out there again, I'd be happy to provide some sort of bodyguard service for a fee, or at least some service in return.
Oh, well, yes, that's reasonable. I'm a little bit strapped on resources at the moment. I had to leave most of my resources at the site back on Cernpedal. Next time I'm in civilization, I'll pick up some things and we can make a conversation. How about that?
This seems reasonable.
Excellent, excellent. I cannot wait. Oh, what secrets to be unraveled. Could they be trained? Ooh. Historically, records indicate yes. However, the methods are not specifically listed. If you were to perhaps encounter a Dark Jedi from approximately 3,000 years ago, perhaps you could ask them. He says with as close to a shit-eating grin as a slightly quacky archaeologist could have. You're not sure if he's being funny, serious, or if he's just a bit mad.
Sizath is gonna look across like everyone around and just say, "Oh, look at that! You've got everybody laughing."
Have I? I didn't hear it.
Like giving him the stink eye.
Rolls his eyes. Is the administrator here?
Yeah, she's just kind of leaning on the hall table, like one hand, like kind of cupping her forehead, and she's just like, "Could you not take this conversation outside? I have things to do."
I was going to get myself out of your hair. I simply wanted to ask if there were any minor scouting missions around.
Yeah.
Perhaps I could get a lay of the land for you.
I mean, you're welcome to take out a couple of people and kind of have a look around. We haven't really surveyed anything outside of the main plain area, directly adjacent to the colony. If you want to take a couple of people and do a run around, if you just put a request in, we can see about getting the speeder fueled up and give it to you. As she says this, you all kind of, while still looking in her direction, hear the door open, and just hear, coming from behind you, as a 7-foot-tall Wookiee steps inside. The Wookiee starts flailing around with what look like mechanical components. And you can just see Atesh just kind of go, "Right, look, I know. We haven't got the parts at the minute. I don't know what you expect me to... Yeah, no, I'll get them. We haven't got anything to trade for them at the minute. Once we have the parts, we'll send Ando out to go and get them." Yes, I know he doesn't know one end of a carburetor from the other, but he's the only person with a ship. Oh.
We have a ship.
I might have a job for you in a couple of days.
Have medical attention first.
Yeah, some of the colonists are medically trained. We'll get you seen to. Go and park yourselves up. And I'll come speak to some of you in a bit. Might have to put a pin in that. No, I said I'll put a pin in it. We'll get back to it. Oh my god. And the Wookiee kind of walks out, and you can see them walk around the corner, and Atesh kind of goes, That was Charek, our chief mechanic, I suppose. They were...
Mechanic is it?
Yes, the mechanic is a Wookiee. The Wookiee was one of the people that found this planet with my father. Do you have any problems with there being a Wookiee?
Oh, no, not at all.
Good, because I'm fairly sure he could rip you in half. Now, go get some more grub, get rested up. Lots of things to do, and not enough people to do them. But I'll be in touch with you soon.
Let me know if you need someone to take my shawl out.
You'll be first on the list if you're available. Right, that's where we're going to be ending the session now. It's slightly shorter than one of my usual ones, but I only had like a day and a half to get this ready. So,
Sean, that was
Alright.
We all
amazing.
need medical attention.
you will all receive medical attention of some sort from the colony. You will be patched up and ready to go again by the next time you go out. Yeah, the Jedi can just force trans you all, that's fine.
Oh,
Can
Sean,
we?
is it? I guess.
Sorry,
Is it fair to say that you freed my spear from the thing I threw at?
we will have a conversation about that later. So, I'll have some post-game conversation with the players. Yeah, I'll have some post-game conversation with the players themselves. But for those of you who are currently watching the video, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll hopefully explore some of the colony characters a little bit more later. We'll look at the players are going to have options to kind of get resources and structures and other team members and stuff to develop the colony itself, new buildings, new features, all that kind of stuff. Who knows? But until then, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
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 Okay.
Yeah, that.